Hello students, I am your instructor Professor Monica Prakash from Indian Institute of Tourism and Travel Management. Welcome back to the course on Destination Management. We bring this course to you as a part of ePathshala initiative of Ministry of Human Resource Development, Government of India to make postgraduate education accessible to all. In the last module, we had a discussion on destination management planning. As mentioned, it is a part of the destination strategy. In this module, we will discuss at length the strategic planning for the destination. We will begin with revisiting the concept of tourism destination development, and then when we go on to talk about the strategic planning for destination development, before we conclude this module, we will talk about the prerequisites for marketing planning at a destination. The current era is the time where competition is very intense in every field. It seems very difficult to stand in the market on good position with your existing product because your competitors always think in a way to make their product far better. It does not matter that the product is invented or introduced by whom first into the market. Therefore, to stay in the market and among competitors, it requires creativity, innovation and planning with strategy. The same scenario is facing by this tourism industry. This is the industry which is smokeless and generating maximum revenue and foreign exchange, also which strengthens their country's economy. So, be the part of priority choice of tourists. We need to develop more destinations so that tourists can increase the length of stay in the country. Prior to explain destination development, to understand the term development is important. Development can be understood as growth of anything like human being, a society, nation, infrastructure or skills. It is often associated with under or over, which suggests that it has indefinite structure or some measurement, and the identifier has ideas about how the structure ought to be developed. Pearce in 1989 has identified 5 different ways in which the concept notion of development is used: economic growth, modernization, distributive justice, socio-economic orientation and the spatial reorganization. He observed that development is a dynamic concept, but interpretations change over the time. Another important concept is that of a tourism product. The concept of tourism product development is quite different from the development of other products because in the tourism industry, most of the products are intangible. According to Kotler, products can be defined as anything: physical objects, services, persons, places, organizations or ideas that can be offered to a market for attention, acquisition, use or consumption that might satisfy a want or need. However, the tourist products from the industry perspective can understand on 2 levels. A. The total tourist product includes an amalgamation of all the service elements required by the tourist from the time he or she leaves home to the time of return. This product can be an idea, an expectation or a frame of mind at the point of the scale. And B. The unequivocal products such as attractions, accessibility, hotels, resorts and other facilities are the basic elements of the tourism product. Middleton in 1988 interpreted the total tourist product as a bundle of package of tangible and intangible components based on activity at a destination. The package is perceived by the tourist as an experience available at a price. On the other hand, tourism destination development is often referred as new product development because introducing new services and attractions of the marketplace is an example of a new product development in tourism. It is completely a sequential process involving various strategic planning steps from idea engenderment to the destination site development and marketing of the product. Tourism destination development is not only a development of destination, as products belong to manufacturing or mining sectors. This amalgamation of the several products act as components. Moreover, a material product has the element of tangibility as its main inputs, whereas in tourism, a service oriented industry and tourism destination and the elements of intangibility are the primary one. The characteristics of perishability, seasonability and inseparability of a tourist product also distinguish it from non-tourism products. Thereby, the process of destination development becomes different from those of other products. Remember, we have earlier defined destination as a physical space in which visitor or tourist stays at least one night and has tourism products including infrastructure support, attractions and tourism resources. It may be a country, state, region, city or town which is marketed or market itself as a place for tourists to visit. And then, according to Maria, tourism destination is one that is able to differentiate between the different types of customers on the basis of the attractiveness of both its territorial and instrumental components. Thus, destination comprises a core of facilities, amenities and service formed to provide the need of the tourist, generally represented as 5 A's discussed earlier. Nevertheless, all elements have to be in order in the form of a complete mix before tourism experience is delivered. Development of any product required a systematic planning. Planning is the beginning of any process, and without planning nothing can be systematic and all efforts become activity and create chaos. Therefore, planning is necessary, but it should be in the strategic way according to the competition and demand. Strategic planning in turn is basically an activity that manages and set priorities at the organization. It also focuses on energy and resources so that maximum utilization of resources can be done. It strengthens operations so that time and cost can be saved. It also ensures that all employees, be it employees or the stakeholders, are on the right direction and not towards the achievement of the goals. Through strategic planning, planners will become able to review the outcomes and results and also direct to the organization about the internal and external environment. A strategic plan is a document used to communicate with the organization goals, the action needed to achieve these goals and all of other critical elements developed during the planning exercise. Destination development is also a kind of product development. It is directly related to the satisfaction of consumer and it is intangible. So, it needs different strategic planning from general product development planning. According to Middleton, the total tourist product can be interpreted as a bundle or a package of intangible and tangible components based on activity at destination. The tourist as an experience perceives the package available at a price. Destination development is a process which needs proper planning and orders series of various stages for accomplishment. I think it is now the time to understand the strategic planning process for the development of the destination. The development of destination brings the development of host community, infrastructure, transportation, education, economic development and so on. Therefore, to make the most of the development opportunities, a systematic strategic planning is required. Have a look at the graphic on your screens. It comprises of number of steps. It all begins with idea engenderment. Idea generation is a process to execute idea in structured form. It is a process in which idea will be communicated in abstract, concrete and visual form. Idea innovates the concept and brings it into reality. It begins, for example, with what can we do about a particular destination, how do we project it. Next step is the awareness of the prerequisites. Now, this refers to various requirements to develop a destination like attraction, amenities, accommodation and availability of auxiliary services, framing of a tourism policy, constant awareness of the legal, environmental requirements and regulatory requirements, action plan and so on. Third step is to obtain a detailed information of the destination, means its geographical location in the map, location map, type of population, geographical climate, source of income, historical and cultural background of the place, connectivity, etc. Next step is the setting up of the objectives. Now, objectives are the goals, as you know. For achievement of the goals, complete planning has to take place of action just to accomplish goals. So, development of destination goals should be very clear. Now, what are goals? These are a thread which binds all process all together. Now, because planning starts with the setting up of objectives, communication of objectives should be in a very clear way. It is necessary for a successful execution of planning. To realize the goals, a SWOT analysis must be done as the first step. So, what is a SWOT analysis? S stands for strength, W for weakness, O for opportunity and threat for anything whatever you want to analyze, and scope for either destination or market. Now, this is an analytical framework which makes the planner aware about the variables which will be responsible for the accomplishment of objectives, and also notify about the opportunities which can be grabbed. At the other side, it makes the organization aware about the obstacles and provides solution or ways to minimize the risk or threats to achieve desired results. Now, strength includes what? What advantages the destinations have in terms of accessibility, attraction, amenity, etc. Availability of resources, constructed road, in availability of food, local cuisines, community development, involvement. USP of the destination like adventure, wildlife, architecture, heritage site, etc. What could be weakness? It could be manpower, legal constraints or political issues. Opportunities include uniqueness of the product, trends in special form of tourism, social patterns, population profile, local events and social media. On the other hand, threats could be related to accommodation facilities, professional human resource, natural calamity, shortage of resources, lack of interest of local community, evaluation of impact of tourism development. Another important thing is the evaluate the impact of proposed tourism on the destination. Now, evaluation is a significant step in any planning. It critically examines all the activities. The process involves the analysis process of each step. It makes a judgment of the program that where is the need for implementation. Therefore, it includes the development which affects the society, local community, environment, economy and the site. The seventh step, as you see, would be to prioritize the opportunity. For the completion of any development or sales planning, SWOT analysis holds the important place in the entire process. Probable opportunities can be perceived by this authentic way. For the accomplishment of the objectives, it is important that you prioritize the opportunities. Sometimes you see the open opportunity and isolate those specific opportunities that have the highest probability of resulting in the accomplishment of the goals. You should also enlist the opportunities that need the standing plan due to some perceived or unperceived risk. The eighth step that you see would be able to identify any major issues and constraints in the development of the destination. Issues and constraints in any planning are obligatory, so these cannot be avoided during planning. It is obvious to envision the issues and the constraints in the execution of any plan. It is very important to analyze each issues like environmental, legal, social, developmental community and the financial issues, so that you can make strategy and standing plan to resolve these issues. The constraints in the destination development at national level may include national policies, tourism policies, funding guidelines and budget. The constraints at the local level would include shortage of manpower, local site development, issues and permissions, resources, local politics and communities, etc. Now, what next? It would be in place, identify possibilities of future development. Development of any destination brings so many development all together in the future like infrastructure, economic, transportation, education and social development. Now, these are the developments which can be linked directly with the destination's development. And the last step in this, the entire development planning process is site development and marketing. Now, after we have taken up the strategic assessment of each step, it is a time to execute the planning into action. It is the time to prioritize actions for each sector, which includes having an action plan, defining roles and responsibilities of various stakeholders for the development of the destination. Now, once the site development is in place, destination leadership must start planning for marketing of the destination. Last but not the least is the review of the entire process. For the successful achievement of the objective review, process is unavoidable. This process reviews entire steps minutely and minimizes the risk and the constraints. Now, let us spend some time talking about the marketing of the destination. Development of tourism destination is not sufficient to attract tourists in the destination. To hold to your position in time of intense global competition, this is often very challenging without the marketing of the product. Therefore, marketing is the need of the hour. Although marketing of tourism product is quite different from the marketing of manufactured products, because in travel and tourism industry, most of the products are intangible in nature. The destination is not a single product. It is a coming together of different components, and each component can be positioned in the market. Remember, marketing is a continuous, sequential process through which management in the hospitality and travel industry plans, researches, implements, controls and evaluates activities designed to satisfy both consumers' needs and wants and their own organization's objective. To be most effective, marketing requires the efforts of everyone in an organization and can be made more or less effective by the actions of complementary organizations. Therefore, it can be concluded by the above definition that marketing includes planning, research, implementation, control and evaluation as major tasks. Now, these tasks can be understood as PRICE, P-R-I-C-E, planning, research, implementation, control and evaluation for marketing. Now, before proceeding towards destination marketing planning, it is important to understand marketing and marketing planning requisites. According to Maria, destination marketing is seen as part of local marketing when the territory becomes a destination seeking a constant connection with the market and thanks to the interplay of local government and private actors. Students, a successful marketing planning needs attention to three prerequisites. Look at the graphic on your screen. First is the diagnosis. What does that include? It includes an assessment of the current market, demands, trends and availability of the present resources at the destinations to exploit market opportunities. It also assesses the factors which influence the consumers' buying behavior and affect their purchase decisions. Now, before the planning of any marketing activity, it also important to become aware of the current economy of the nation and the globe and the legislations related to the industry. So, what next? Second is the prognosis. Now, this step is followed by diagnosis. It forecasts the future market trends in each segment related to the destination on diagnosis basis. It details about the actions required during the planning. And the last, third, which is known as the central aspect. Now, this is one of the most important prerequisites in the entire planning. It can be understood as a controlling function of management. It is a regulatory system accountable for monitoring of the entire marketing planning process. It examines the implementation of the plan, evaluates each plan and takes corrective actions wherever is required. So, if target may not achieve, and then it helps in revising the plans by correcting the loopholes in terms of target achievements. Now, let us try to learn something about the essential attributes for a successful marketing of the destination. 1. Consumer buying behavior. The study of consumer buying behavior is important for marketing planning of any product. To lug the visitors at new destination is not an easy task. So, for this it is very important to understand their buying behavior and the need. By offering them different kinds of tourism, variety of services and modulations of product according to their need can pull the visitors to a new destinations from the globe. The second point, the marketing mix, product, price, place and promotion. After the identification of potential buyers, it is required that you plan and develop the services and illustrate the destination accordingly. You should also determine the price and run the results oriented program campaign focus on branding to attract tourists throughout the world and make the destination popular. 3. Market segmentation. Market segmentation is the process of converting heterogeneous market into a homogeneous market, or it is a process of dividing consumers into subgroups where the needs are similar for a similar kind of a product, services and marketing mix. Usually a number of destinations are more prone to attracting a specific type of market segment where the people look for different kind of activities and have a special interest to visit the destinations with adequate amount of disposable income on time. Therefore, before marketing of the destination segment of the visitors according to the need is very important. Now, market can be divided on different bases like geographic segmentation, demographic segmentation, physiographic, or it could be behavioral. Now, classification of travelers into demographic and socio-economic segment help marketer of the travel hear product from others. Fourth and a very important component is the destination image. Consumer decision making process largely depends on the perception of the product or service. Now, in this process, firstly buyers perceive the product, then buy and finally consume. Therefore, like other essentials of the marketing as price, quality, design and value product, image is primary and most of the important element of the product personally. In travel and tourism, image of the market or a product is more important than any other elements because most of the elements are intangible in the industry. A tourist destination is one of the key elements for the travel and tourism industry. It is unique, complex, product encompassing several elements altogether. An importance of an image of any destination and correlation between destination image and tourist traffic can be well understood by Goodrich's analysis. That is, there is a strong and direct association between the respondents' preferences and their perceptions of that destination. That is, the most favorable the perceptions of a given vacation destination, the more preferred would be the destination which will it tend to be. From the above findings, it can be understood that the image is a vital element of the success of a destination. Now, number 5, this is the product that is the destination positioning. Now, what was product positioning? Remember, it refers to all the activities undertaken by the marketer to create and maintain the concept and value regarding its brand in the minds of consumers as against competitors. Now, the concept of product positioning in tourism exposes an opportunity to the marketer that they can position their tourist products or services to compete head-on with the other product or to avoid competition. Tourists can select the destination and services as per the perceptions through positioning of the product and vice versa. Marketers get the opportunity to place the product according to the market trends and requirement because the destination has all the elements which can affect the buyer's decision. Next is the quality control and management. Now, quality control in destination marketing is referred to the destination's image and the positioning. It means that marketers are liable to present the real image of the destination. They refer only services which are available at the destination and position the product in actual way. Now, presentation of the destination and information should not be hypothetical. All the operations of marketing and planning of services should be handled by the industry professionals who can understand the law and legislations better as compared to the other travels and tourism agencies. Now, the 7th, which is the communication and distribution channel. This is the vital attribute of promotional activity. Selection of right communication and distribution channels wins the game. For the proper selection of the communication channel, it is also obvious to segment the market first and then proceed for the marketing. Now, there are so many communication channels which are available like print media, visual media and the most important social media and of course the word of mouth. Like communication channels, different distribution channels are also available like national tourist centers, travel agencies, tour operators and more popular in India are time online portals available. Last but important is the destination marketing organization, which are called as DMOs. Setting up of DMOs are indispensable for the successful marketing of destination in terms of increase the number of travelers to the destination. The most important tourism marketing organizations are known as Convention and Visitors Bureau, which significantly contributes in marketing the destination. It creates the brand image through travel and tourism, product awareness to visitors. DMOs are also known as Information Center, Welcome Center, or sometimes called as the Tourism Bureau. Now they possess wide local knowledge and it makes them unable to plan and manage the destination, resources, events, activities and all product astutely. Now all these attributes are important for the marketing of destination because the destination is not a single product, but it holds almost all the tourism products in itself. To stay and holding the position in the industry, this is largely depends upon marketing. The marketing of destination builds the image of the nation also. Therefore, a careful and a strategic planning can make the destination popular throughout the globe. So, students' development of tourism destination is very crucial. It is not only about the selection of a tourist site or a place. This is an amalgamation of the many tourism components. A destination can be a place characterized by natural and man-made features, infrastructural facilities and amenities. The attributes which differentiates tourism destination to the place are attitude of the host population, independent of other locations and known to an adequate number of potential visitors to justify its consideration as an entity and identity. Tourism destinations inspires and motivate people to visit the destination by its variety of tourism products and images and thereby it energizes the whole tourism system. Development of tourism destination involves various stages from idea generation, SWOT analysis, issues and constraints to market analysis and market planning. Strategic planning for tourism development is not limited to the planning only, but marketing is also the part of it. So, marketing of destination is quite different from the marketing of other general products which most of the travel and the tourism industry products are intangible in nature. Marketing of destination involves all essential elements of marketing like study of consumer behavior, marketing mix, destination image, product positioning and segmentation and so on. Now finally, it can be concluded that in this era of intense and the global competition, production of new product is very important, especially in travel and tourism industry because one by one and day by day, the tourism demands is increasing and largely people are looking for special interest of tourism. So, development of destination and strategic marketing of the place is very important. Now, that's all from me for this module. We meet again for the next module. Thank you.